Hey guys, what's up, how's it going? My name is Robin. Welcome back for another video on the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be focusing on reviewing and doing a walkthrough of the platform called Simply Wall Street. So if you guys watched my channel over the past little while, I've talked about this platform quite a bit. I do use it in my videos to research different stocks, and I figured, hey, you know what? Might as well do a review, might as well do a walkthrough. I really like the platform. I think it's a good app, and I think it's very beneficial to beginner investors such as myself. So before we get started, I just want to say really quickly, guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up and remember to subscribe to the channel. If you guys want to take advantage of some deals, I did manage to talk to the people from Simply Wall Street, and I managed to get you guys a 14-day free trial to try the platform. So there's a link in the description of this video. That's my referral link. If you guys use that link, you'll get 14-day free trial. You guys can basically test out the platform. And if you guys use that link, obviously it really helps out the channel. All right, let's jump inside the video and I'll give you guys a quick little overview of Simply Wall Street and we'll see how the platform works. So the first thing we're going to be covering for the Simply Wall Street review is going to be the homepage. We'll go through the different tabs and then I'll show you guys an example of actually looking up and researching a stock. And I'll show you guys some of the things that I like about the platform and some of the things I use it for to basically do my own research and whatnot. So the first thing we're on here is the homepage. So this is actually after you guys are logged in and whatnot. And this will kind of give you a summary of everything that you have. We can see my portfolio up here. I actually went ahead and made a TFSA portfolio. I put my TFSA in here so I can give you guys an example of what the portfolio tracker is like. We have some different market and industries trackers here. We have different upcoming events. We can click on these different things and it'll show us different things going on. We can look at the recently viewed stocks. So you guys can see different stocks. If you type them in, you can check them out. We also have a lot of news stuff here, and some of this stuff is pretty cool. Once again, it depends on how involved you guys are with the market and your stocks and how much you like to be up to date. But you can see things like monthly dividends, increases, different things like that. Like we can see VFB announced its dividend for July. We can check that out. Different news about TD and different things. So once again, it just depends on how much you want to be involved in your stocks, and you can take a peek and it'll show all the different news for all the stocks that you have. Once again, you will have to input your portfolio and whatnot to kind of get this information. Same thing with the top gainers and whatnot. We can see different things going on in the market. Industries, we can go top industries, worst industries. We can see, let's say over the past year, we can see the worst industries are pharmaceuticals. I didn't know that. Interactive media services, consumer durables, and the top ones are going to be oil and gas, chemicals, and some other ones here. So that's kind of cool information. You guys can take a peek over the long term, the short term, what are the best performing stocks and whatnot. So that's some cool stuff here. We can also go top gainers if you want to look at individual stocks. Once again, I wouldn't pay attention too much for this stuff. It's just kind of cool information, I guess. And then you can look at international markets. So some interesting things on the homepage, but it just gives you a quick glance of different things you can do. The next thing we're going to cover is going to be the markets. So once again, this is more news related stuff, more stuff to, if you guys are like to kind of follow the industry and different things that are going on here. We have some different things like the Canadian TSX market analysis and valuation. It looks like they just go over different companies and whatnot, different things to look out for. So once again, if you like news and different market insights, this is kind of the stuff you guys can check out. In the Discover tab, it will show us different stocks that are coming up. I'll show you guys an example. So we have dividend stocks. Let's take a peek at this one, and it looks like they're going to kind of showcase some different dividend stocks, and you guys can check them out, and they're showing their different things and what different things they like at it. So this is pretty decent stuff, I would say myself. I went through some of this stuff. They're actually like, you know, decent stocks. They give decent things. You like that they show like the risks and rewards, and they show the good things here that the stocks are good for. So, you know, if you want to look up Imperial Oil here, we can see that it's got a stable dividend. It's got good earnings coverage, growing dividend, future dividend coverage, notable dividend. But they are saying that it does have a high dividend and some other risks here. So once again, I do like what they're going here, and you could kind of look at some different stocks if you want to take a peek and see some different recommendations that they give you guys. Next up, they have a watch list where you could put your own stocks into the watch list and you can kind of watch them over time, if you will. I think you can get notifications, whatnot as well, although I didn't do that myself. You can add different stocks. You can see the different updates, the different things that are going on and whatnot with that. Next up we have is the portfolio tracker. So this is one of the trackers I used. I basically just put my TFSA in. I put some basic stocks here. Keep in mind the portfolio tracker kind of focuses more on individual stocks and not ETFs, but this is kind of the case with most portfolio trackers. They're more built for individual stocks, since ETFs, they have a large basket, you know, dividends and all that kind of stuff. It kind of screws things up. They're not consistent, so it's harder for them to track. But when you have individual stocks, so we can see the different holdings I put in here. Keep in mind, when I did put the portfolio tracker in, it doesn't really track your own portfolio in sense of when you bought the stocks. It just tracks it as if, you know, the returns over time. So it's not 100% accurate, but we can click on here and we can also click the different stocks inside our portfolio and see them. We can see a portfolio summary. I'm just going to go over this stuff really quickly for you guys. So we have the portfolio summary, we have returns and whatnot. Once again, it's not 100% accurate. This is just assuming the portfolio over time, not really when you bought in. And I'll show you guys an example of that when we get to it. We have news surrounding your portfolio, so we can see different news with regards to the stocks that you actually hold inside your portfolio. So once again, if you like to follow the companies you invest into, this is a cool little feature. We have the returns, portfolio volatility, the portfolio beta. If you guys don't know, a beta of 1 is means that your portfolio kind of moves with the market. A higher beta means your portfolio is more, it's likely to go more up and down. If you have a lower portfolio beta, you're more like, I guess you'd say conservative or safer. And this is a cool little chart. We can see the different stocks inside my portfolio. So this little bed, I think this is a bed here with somebody sleeping, meaning, not much is going on. And then you have the lightning bolt for, a little bit more intense, I guess, more stocks that are going up and down a lot. And we can see here our TFSA is pretty low, with the market average being 1 right here. Most of the stocks we hold are pretty conservative stocks, meaning that they're not going to see big jumps and up and down. So they're more long-term consistent stocks that are going to grow. We have some historical portfolio values. We have contributors to returns. Kind of interesting chart where we can see which stocks are providing the most return and which ones are the most negative. Kind of interesting stuff. We have diversification by companies. We can see the different companies. This would be like your portfolio pie or something like that. So obviously in my portfolio, I hold a lot of VFE. That's $47,000 Canadian, and then VDY, and then some individual stocks here that we hold, so we can check those out. Going down, we also have diversification across different industries. So once again, just some cool little stuff here. So we have the TFSA. We have 22% in utilities. We can see that's Algonquin and Fortis. And again, these are individual stocks. So obviously our ETFs are a big basket of everything, but for our individual stocks, we have 21% in food and staples retailing, that's ATD. Transportation would be CNR. Capital goods would be, I guess, machinery, industrial machinery, that's Savaria Corp. And then telecommunications is TELUS. And then we have our banks, which is TD. So once again, kind of cool stuff you guys can check out. The valuation is 19 times price based on earnings. You can check out all the earnings data and stuff like that. I'm just going to skip through this really quickly. We have some different projections. A lot of this stuff, once again, is kind of just, it's just theories. It's not 100% certainty. It's just what they think is going on and what they're kind of guessing, right? It's not like, I don't pay attention too much, but if you're looking at actual like facts and financial information, it's important to take that into note. We have different things like the portfolio debt to equity ratio. So once again, this is just dealing with financials. Dividends is a cool thing everybody likes to see. We can see the average annual dividend yield in top payers. And again, this is individual stocks, so it's not accounting into my ETFs, but we have Algonquin Power and Utilities being my highest dividend yield at 5%, TELUS second, TD, Savaria, Fortis, CNR, and then Couche-Tard here way at the bottom. And that's just some basic things for the portfolio tracker. And then we have a screener you guys can check out as well. Now the next thing we're going to do inside the video is we're going to actually analyze a stock, and I'll show you guys some of the different information and basically what I really use the tool for. So somebody on my channel the other day recommended they wanted some information about Intel and if I thought Intel was a good stock. So in today's video, I'm going to basically use Simply Wall Street to analyze this. And again, this is just basic stuff. You can kind of just at a quick glance see what's going on with different companies and get some cool information about them. So the way it works is you can go up here, you can go search. And the one thing I didn't mention, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, that I really like about Simply Wall Street is it's a really good website to find information about Canadian stocks. A lot of websites, it's hard to find an all-in-one platform that shows a lot of information about not only just like Canadian stocks or US stocks, but like kind of everything. And I know a lot of the Canadian stocks, you have to go to different websites, you have to go to the actual company's website, and it's hard to dig through some of the information. It's really frustrating. So one thing I really do like about Simply Wall Street is that it does give you an easy approach to, even if you're just scratching the surface, to do some basic stock information. So we typed in Intel, we have some different information here. Obviously it's a US based stock, so it's going to be priced in USD. We can see the market cap, 7-day return, and 1-year return down negative 30%. This might be a good stock to buy right now. We have some information about it. Snowflake analysis. The rewards we have is basically saying that what this is good. Trading at 83% below our estimate of its fair value. So they're basically saying that it's estimated to be a lot higher than it is. And once again, this is probably because it dropped 30%. Most of the US stocks, and especially a lot of the tech stocks, have dropped a lot. So definitely going to be a good stock to look at. Earnings have grown 12% per year over the past 5 years. So, that's a good stat to know, right? Yeah. You can see that it's growing 12% per year, so that's a cool little stat. Pays a reliable dividend of 3.78%. So, and you can click on these things to get some more information if you guys want to do that as well, and to see like basically what they're saying, why they think that way, kind of thing. Risk analysis, it says earnings are forecast to decline by an average of 3% per year for the next 3 years. So they're saying maybe the next couple years the company's going to have a little bit of harder time. Maybe the stock might dip, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's not a good investment. It just means that that's something you might expect. And we see large one-off items impacting financial results. So once again, you could click on here and see what that actually means. I'm not too sure. You have to dig through here and kind of see what they're saying here. But once again, you can just get a quick little overview of what the stock is saying, what they like about it, and you can dig yourself here. So there's some different information. You can see different news about the company. You can say past performance. So we could go like, what's the 5-year return like? What's the max? And you can see different things going on with the company. We can go down here and see your shareholder returns. I do like this because we can see a lot of tools will show like the stock price return, but they won't show the compounding returns. So one thing I really like about this tool is we can go here and we can see the stock price return over the past year is down negative 30%. The stock price over the past 3 years is down negative 20%, and 5-year return is 14%. So it's not looking too hot, right? But if we include the dividends returns, obviously that's compounding, that's reinvesting those dividends. It really gives you a more accurate representation of what the actual return is like. So the 1-year return is actually only negative 28%, 3-year is negative 12%, and the 5-year is 30% plus. So it makes a big difference to actually know all the facts. So I do like that that tool shows that. And we can see the price volatility. So Intel is pretty, I guess, below the market average. And once again, some more information here about the company. You can see when it's funded, employees, CEO. You can check out the website and different information with that. You can see the fundamental summary, so PE ratio, different things like that. Earnings and revenue, if you guys want to check out the revenues. Dividends, payout ratio. So once again, a lot of basic information, but it's nice that it's all in one place. You don't have to search around, and it is cool that they have like these little graphs and these easy to digest information. That's why I'm a big fan of it. And here's the valuation, price to earnings versus peers, different, once again, little things that they like going in its favor. You guys can check that stuff out. Just going to skip down here to some other things. We'll skip a lot of the financial stuff. Future growth analysis, just go down a little bit further here. More earnings and growth. So there's a lot of stuff here. Past performance, historical annual earnings growth, earnings and revenue history. Again, lots of earnings stuff. A lot of these financial stuff here, which is cool stuff you guys can check out. We can skip down here on the side. We also have tabs we can click here to go through the different things. So let's check out the dividend. Check out the dividend since we're dividend investors here, like dividend stocks. So what is the current dividend yield? Is it reliable and sustainable? Notable dividend. The company has a 3.8% dividend, and you can see the different market and different industries. It's got a high dividend, which could be good or bad. They're saying it might be a little bit on the higher side. Intel's dividend 3.78 is low compared to the top 25% dividend payers in the U.S. market. Basically saying, I guess, it means that it's low compared to other dividend stocks. I'm not too sure what's going on there. Stable dividend, growing dividend. We can see that it's consistently been growing over time, and you guys can see the percentage by year. So looks like dividend yield, and you can actually see the actual increase in US dollars as well. So that's something you guys can check out. Just going to go back up here and see earnings coverage and future dividends coverage, which is probably going to be the payout ratio and different things like that. So lots of cool information. You can also check out the management stuff. You can see management information if you like to dig inside that stuff, and then the ownership as well. So I basically just use the tool to look at some basic things that I look for, and I like the fact that I don't have to go to a bazillion different websites to check out information for a stock. It's not going to be a website I just use completely by itself, but I do like to kind of, if I'm curious about a stock, I'll punch it into Simply Wall Street, I'll check it out, and I'll just look at some basic information. And the last thing we're going to do before we kind of finish up the video and I give an overall summary is going to be the price plans for Simply Wall Street. So I basically give you guys a quick little walkthrough. I give you guys, basic example of how I use the platform. We're going to go over the plans here. So if you guys click the link in the description of the video, like I mentioned earlier, you will get a 14 free trial. So I'm going to go to plans here with the link active, and you can see that you have a special offer for 14 days free unlimited trial for the followers of Robin. That's kind of what they gave me. I emailed them, I asked them for a basic plan to give you guys, and that's the best thing they could give you. So I wish I could give you guys a better discount, but that's what they offered for me. We have the free plan forever, which gives you access to 5 company reports per month, so you guys can check out 5 companies per month. If you're just going to use the tool to check out a stock here and there, that's going to be something you guys can definitely use. But if you're going to be more active, you like to look up more stocks, the premium plan is $10 USD billed monthly or billed yearly. Which will give you global market access, 30 company reports per month, 30 portfolio stocks analyzed, 5 watch lists, yada yada. So the premium plan here, I think for most people, if you're going to upgrade, will probably be more than enough. You get 30 30 companies you can look at per month. That's quite a bit, honestly, unless you're like really checking things out or you really like to be up to date with things. That's probably going to be enough for most people. And then we have the unlimited plans for $20 a month if you want to do all the different cool things. Looks like the only thing they give you is unlimited access. So basically, you know, if you're doing a lot of heavy stock research or something like that, and you want to do a lot of Excel and PDF exporting, different things like that, maybe if you're like you're researching information on a regular basis, you like to do different things like presentations and stuff, and you need a lot of data and stuff like that, this might be a plan for you. But I see it, most people would probably benefit from the premium plan, and that's probably what I would go for as well. Alright guys, so that's it for today's video. So like usual, let me know what you guys think. If you guys have any questions or comments or anything in regards to Simply Wall Street, leave a comment in the comment section of the video and I'll try to get back to you guys as quickly as possible. Like I mentioned a couple times, overall I do like the platform. I do use it quite a bit and I think it's very beginner friendly. It's a nice area to look up some stocks, and it is helpful for researching different types of Canadian stocks as well, since it can be hard to find some of this information online. So that's my overall opinion. I think it's pretty solid. It's a good platform. Probably not right for everybody, but you know, if you are a beginner and you want like an easy go-to source to find some information about stocks, you guys might find it helpful. So once again, check out the 14-day free trial if you guys want to get started. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll see you guys later.